This is Roland Shear, game developer for CYP Creative Youth Presentations. I can be reached at email cypmathbible@gmail.com. I want to, in this segment, talk about combining fractions using the four basic math functions, which are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And this is in preparation for being able to play one of my many fraction type math card games. So let's take a look first at two fractions that we want to combine. And we're going to, I'll pick here 2/3 and 1/4. And we're going to be seeing how we add, subtract, multiply, and divide those two fractions. And the method that I'm going to use is based on the when we're adding and subtracting, it's based on the greatest common denominator, or the greatest common multiple, it's sometimes called. And what we're going to do when we add the fractions is we're going to come up with two numbers on top and then one number on the bottom. So what we're going to do is do three multiplications. We're going to do the upper right times the lower, or left rather, times the lower right, and then we're going to do the upper right times the lower left. And when we multiply across the bottom, that's going to be the denominator of the answer. So we're going to have two numbers on top for adding, 2 times 4, and we're going to have an 8 up there, and we're adding the 1 times 3, which is 3. And then for a denominator, we're going to be multiplying 3 times 4, which is 12. We add 8 plus 3 is 11 over 12, then is the answer. When we're subtracting, we're going to do the same three multiplications, but in this case, and the numbers are going to be the same, we're going to have an 8 on the top minus the 3, and then 12 for the denominator, 8 minus 3 being 5 over 12. Now when we're multiplying the fractions, we multiply across the top and then across the bottom. So the upper number is going to be 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 4 is 12. When we divide, we're going to have a numerator and a denominator. We always start in the upper left, so we go 2 times 4 is 8, and the denominator is the 1 times 3, which is 3. We can then, of course, go into these answers, and we could make this a 1 over 6. We could reduce that, but this gives us the answers for add, subtract, multiply, and divide two fractions. Remember, for adding and subtracting, we have two numbers on the top. We always start at the upper left and go down. So that's the first number and the second number, and then the denominator, that's add and subtract. Multiply, we go across top and then across the bottom. And then for dividing, the upper number, numerator, is that first multiplication. The denominator for division is the second multiplication. And so this is a way of working with the fractions. And when you're playing the math card game, you'll be looking at two cards, or any two cards for an answer, and you'll be seeing a fraction up in the upper left of the card. So that's going to be on the playing deck. So you're going to have to be able to quickly in your head think through these different combinations to find an answer on the game board. So this is the Creative Youth Presentation way of working with those fractions. So again, this is Roland Shear, game developer for Creative Youth Presentations, and my email is cypmathbible@gmail.com. And if you practice this method of combining the fractions, you'll be in position to play one of many different math card games dealing with fractions. And there's different formats like bowling, baseball, soccer, fishing, chess, checkers. But in every one of those games with fractions, you're going to have to be able to do just what I did there. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide any two given fractions. And that's the method that is used. So this is Roland Shear signing off. And if you got any questions on this, just get in touch with me. Again, my email address is cypmathbible@gmail.com. This is again Roland Shear, game developer for Creative Youth Presentations.